Do you believe in ghosts? Have you ever been intrigued by the supernatural? The allure of the paranormal is undeniable. We're about to take a journey to the most haunted places in the United States, visiting locations like the Stanley Hotel in Colorado and the Winchester Mystery House in California. These places hold spine-tingling tales that will make you question the reality you know. Prepare to delve into the unknown. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let's journey together into the realm of the unexplained. Our first stop is the Stanley Hotel in Colorado, a place that inspired Stephen King's The Shining. Built by F.O. Stanley, it's nestled in the Rockies. The hotel is known for strange occurrences, unexplained sounds, and ghostly sightings. Stories include a housekeeper mysteriously pushed out of a room and an orchestra playing in an empty ballroom. Noted apparitions are of Mr. Stanley and wife, seen smiling at guests. Even King encountered spectral children inspiring his novel. But the question remains, are these chilling tales a part of the hotel's charm, or a cause for concern? Would you dare to spend a night at the Stanley Hotel? Next, we travel to the Winchester Mystery House in California, a place shrouded in mystery and rumor. This mansion, born from Sarah Winchester's troubled mind, reflects her attempts to pacify angry spirits haunting her. An heiress to the Winchester rifle fortune, she believed she was haunted by those killed by her family's invention. The house, with staircases leading to nowhere and doors opening into walls, was designed to confuse these spirits. After 38 years of construction, an 8-room farmhouse turned into a sprawling 7-story mansion. A house built to confound spirits, the Winchester Mystery House is a testament to one woman's fear of the supernatural. From the west, we head to the east, to the Eastern State Penitentiary in Pennsylvania, a place with a chilling past. Established in the 19th century, it was a renowned, expensive prison. The design was meant to induce remorse in inmates through harsh conditions and isolation. Infamous for its brutal punishments like the water bath, it birthed tales of suffering. These stories fueled reports of ghost sightings and strange occurrences. Visitors claimed to hear unexplainable whispers and footsteps. It's believed that tormented spirits still haunt this place. Once a place of punishment and despair, the Eastern State Penitentiary remains a haunting reminder of our past. Next up, the Myrtles Plantation, Louisiana. Our journey into the paranormal doesn't end here. Our next stop is the Myrtles Plantation in Louisiana, known as one of America's most haunted homes. This plantation dates back to 1796 and has a blood-curdling reputation. Over the centuries, it has witnessed many tragic events, and now it's said to be home to at least 12 different spirits. The chilling tales of ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena are numerous. Visitors and staff have reported witnessing apparitions, hearing strange noises, and even feeling unseen hands touching them. The most famous ghost is Chloe, a former slave who allegedly poisoned the Woodruff family, the then owners of the plantation. Her spirit is often seen wearing a green turban, wandering around the property, causing mischief and mayhem. So, if you're brave enough, would you dare to visit the Myrtles Plantation? Let us know in the comments below. But remember, sometimes the things that go bump in the night are more real than we'd like to admit. From the deep south, we now move up north to the Lizzie Borden house in Massachusetts. This is not just another haunted house, it is the site of one of the most gruesome double murders in American history. In 1892, Andrew and Abby Borden were found brutally murdered in their home. The prime suspect was none other than their own daughter, Lizzie Borden, who was later acquitted due to lack of evidence. The house, now a popular tourist attraction, is said to be haunted by the spirits of the murdered couple. Visitors and staff have reported strange occurrences like objects moving on their own, peculiar noises, and apparitions of a woman in Victorian clothing. Some even claim to have seen Lizzie Borden herself, wandering the hallways with an axe. Today, the house serves as a bed and breakfast, offering guests a unique, if not slightly eerie, experience. Would you dare to spend a night at the Lizzie Borden house? Or would the chilling history and ghostly sightings be too much for you to handle? But remember, sometimes reality can be stranger and scarier than fiction. Our journey of haunted sites takes a turn into the heartland of America, landing us at the Villisca Axe Murder House in Iowa. This is not just an ordinary old house, it's a place where a chilling, century-old unsolved mystery took place. On the night of June 10, 1912, 8 people, including 6 children, were brutally murdered in their sleep with an axe. The case remains unsolved to this day, adding an extra layer of eeriness to the already grim location. Today, visitors to the house have reported strange experiences. from children's laughter echoing in the dead of night to objects moving on their own. Some have even reported seeing apparitions of the murdered family, forever trapped in their home. Despite, or perhaps because of, its gruesome history, the house has been transformed into a tourist attraction, offering overnight stays for those brave enough to endure a night in this house of horrors. So, are you willing to spend a night at the Villisca Axe murder house? Or would the chilling history and ghostly sightings be too much for your nerves? Remember, in this house, the line between the living and the dead seems to blur. Stay tuned for our next haunted location. From the heartland of America, we now travel to the sunny shores of California to visit the Whaley House, a place so haunted that it's been officially dubbed as the most haunted house in America. Built in 1857 by Thomas Whaley on the site of a former gallows, the house has since gained a reputation for being a hotbed of paranormal activity. Visitors and staff alike have reported numerous encounters with the ghostly residents of the house, including the Whaley family themselves and Yankee Jim, a man who was hanged on the property before the house was even built. The house's eerie atmosphere is further amplified by its historic Victorian architecture, which seems to trap the spirits within its walls. Today, the house serves as a museum, offering ghost tours for those intrigued by its haunted history and brave enough to step inside. So, as we wrap up our visit to the Whaley House, would you visit this haunted historical site? Or would the spectral sightings of the Whaley family and Yankee Jim send shivers down your spine? Leaving behind the sunny shores of California, our journey takes us to the heart of Appalachia, to the grand yet foreboding structure of the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia. This colossal edifice, built in the mid-19th century, was once home to thousands of patients, many of whom suffered from severe mental illnesses. The asylum was known for its inhumane conditions and experimental treatments, giving it a dark reputation that lingers to this day. Over the years, there have been countless reports of ghostly sightings and unexplained phenomena, from apparitions of former patients aimlessly wandering the halls, to eerie voices whispering in the dead of night. The asylum is said to be teeming with restless spirits. Some believe that the intense suffering experienced within these walls has left an indelible imprint on the building, making it one of the most haunted places in America. Today, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is open to the public, offering ghost tours and even overnight stays for the truly brave. The chilling echoes of its past still resonate within its walls, providing a haunting experience like no other. What would it take to get you to spend one night alone in the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, to walk its haunted halls and perhaps encounter the spirits of its tormented past? While you ponder that, let's move on to the next one. Leaving the Appalachian Mountains behind, we set sail on the Pacific coast, aboard the Queen Mary, a retired ocean liner docked permanently in Long Beach, California. Once a grand and opulent ship that crossed the Atlantic, the Queen Mary is now known for a different kind of voyage, a journey into the paranormal. Over the years, there have been countless reports of ghostly sightings and unexplained phenomena, from the apparitions of drowned sailors to the eerie sounds of children laughing in the deserted playrooms. The ship is said to be teeming with spectral activity. Some believe that the souls of those who perished on board during its decades of service are forever trapped within its steel hull. Today, the Queen Mary serves as a hotel and attraction, offering ghost tours and overnight stays for the truly adventurous. The chilling echoes of its past still reverberate within its decks, providing a haunting experience like no other. Are you interested in staying the night aboard the Queen Mary, to walk its haunted decks and perhaps encounter the spirits of its troubled past? Or does the very thought make you want to abandon ship? From the haunted decks of the Queen Mary, we now venture into the heartland of America, landing in the small town of Atchison, Kansas. Here we find an unassuming two-story brick house known as the Sally House. Beneath its quaint veneer lies a chilling history of alleged poltergeist activity. The house gets its name from Sally, a young girl who is said to have died tragically in the house during a botched medical procedure. Ever since, residents and visitors alike have reported a range of paranormal phenomena, from objects moving of their own accord to apparitions of a little girl. Some have even claimed to have been scratched or pushed by unseen forces. Today, the Sally House stands as a beacon for paranormal enthusiasts, offering guided tours and overnight stays for those brave enough to confront its ghostly inhabitants. Are you up for spending a night in the Sally House to experience its reputed poltergeist activity firsthand? Or if you have already been here, then be sure to let us know. Our eerie journey now takes us to the deep south, to the city of New Orleans, Louisiana, where we find the LaLaurie Mansion. This grand, three-story Creole mansion hides a sinister past behind its stately facade. It was once the residence of Delphine LaLaurie, a high society matron infamous for her horrific abuse of slaves. Stories of her cruelty have persisted over the years, feeding the mansion's reputation as one of the most haunted places in America. The chilling tales of Madame LaLaurie's deeds are the stuff of nightmares. It's said that the screams of her tortured victims can still be heard echoing through the mansion's halls. Many visitors and residents have reported strange occurrences, ghostly sightings, unexplained noises, and a feeling of unease that permeates the building. The LaLaurie Mansion stands as a chilling testament to a dark chapter of New Orleans history. Today, it draws the curious and the brave, who hope to catch a glimpse of the spectral residents said to inhabit its rooms. Let us know if you plan to visit the LaLaurie Mansion, to walk its haunted halls, and perhaps come face to face with the ghosts of its tortured past. Our journey into the spectral now takes us to the Sunshine State, Florida, where we find the St. Augustine Lighthouse. This towering beacon of light holds a history filled with tales of tragedy and eerie occurrences. The lighthouse, built in the 1800s, has witnessed countless shipwrecks and lost lives, earning it a reputation for being haunted. Visitors and staff have reported seeing ghostly apparitions, hearing unexplained footsteps and voices, and even witnessing objects moving on their own. The most famous of these phantoms are the two young daughters of the lighthouse keeper, who tragically drowned on the property. Their playful laughter and shadowy figures have been reported by many. Today, the lighthouse offers ghost tours for those brave enough to explore its haunted history after dark. The St. Augustine Lighthouse stands as a chilling beacon of the past, drawing those curious to experience its ghostly inhabitants. Will this be your next adventure? Finally, we head north to Kentucky, where we discover the chilling past of the Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Once a bustling hospital for tuberculosis patients, this massive Gothic structure is now considered one of the most haunted places in the world. It's said that over 63,000 patients succumbed to the disease here, their spirits now trapped within its walls. Visitors often report seeing the apparitions of former patients and medical staff, hearing unexplained coughs and whispers, and even witnessing lights flickering without cause. The most famous of these specters is a nurse, who allegedly took her own life in room 502. Today, brave souls can experience the haunted history of Waverly Hills firsthand through guided ghost tours and overnight stays. So, where does this one rank on your list? Would you spend a night in the Waverly Hills Sanatorium? And that brings us to the end of our journey through some of the most haunted places in America. From the Stanley Hotel in Colorado, the eerie architecture of the Winchester Mystery House in California, the chilling halls of the Eastern State Penitentiary in Pennsylvania, to the tragic history of the Lizzie Borden House in Massachusetts, and the unsettling tales of the Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Kentucky, we've walked through the shadows of history and peeked into the otherworldly. Now it's your turn. Have you ever visited these haunted places or perhaps experienced something ghostly elsewhere? We'd love to hear your stories, so don't hesitate to share them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this spine-tingling tour, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more thrilling adventures. And if you're daring enough, why not share this video with your friends and see if they're brave enough to join you on a real-life haunted tour? Remember, the world is full of mysteries waiting to be explored. And sometimes those mysteries might just be a little more ghostly than you'd expect. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. Who knows? Your next adventure might just be a hauntingly good time.